What is up, everybody? Today we are in the garage with the E30 and I have some extremely exciting news. You guys can probably already tell by the thumbnail depending on what I put, but we got an engine for the E30 and we're going to dive into it today. All that in today's episode. My name is Ryan. This is Project Racecar. Let's get into it. Okay, so as you guys know, I just got the garage, which means that we can actually house stuff in storage rather than, I live on the third floor, so it's impossible for me to actually store stuff, especially because I only have a balcony. So now that we have a garage, we can now get parts for the build. That is where this absolute beauty comes in. It is a K24 A2 out of a TSX. Hold on, wait for it. K24 A2. Oh my god, look how beautiful it is. So what I've been told is that this has 80 to 90,000 miles off of it. It was in a accident, so that is why it is out of the car. What's super great about this motor specifically is that it has two of the big upgrades already done, which can be a little bit expensive, so that helps me save a bit of money. We still have to do a little bit of work on this engine before it can go in. We also need all of the parts for the motor, but this is the first step. And the second step is getting a ZF transmission, and it is what we have. So I was able to get this before I left my last job, and I was able to get it for a really good discount. So this is a ZF transmission out of an E36. So this is the ZF transmission, and it is the same with any big engine cars. So any 2.8 liter and M3, they all have the same transmission, and that is what this is. So when I was looking and doing a little bit of research on my build, I was seeing how much actual power I'm gonna be pushing. And originally I was thinking that I could use the stock 318 IS transmission, but I found out that my transmission is different from the one in the 325s. So my transmission can only hold 300 horsepower, and we are trying to go up another 100 horsepower. So we're trying to get the 400 to 450 range. So I found out that I need a different transmission. So if you guys have a 318 IS, the stock transmission can only handle 300 foot-pounds of torque or 300 horsepower. As with the ZF transmission, this bad boy can handle up to 800 horsepower, I've heard. So the ranges are pretty different, but this should handle plenty of power and be able to, handle the power that the K series is going to throw at it. Before we continue, please leave a like on today's video, as it helps me out a ton, helps me with the YouTube algorithm, makes sure that I know that you guys are enjoying this content and that you guys are excited for the engine swap. It just keeps me going with it. And on that note, I wanted to thank you guys all so much. We finally hit 4,600 subscribers. It's been a long grind, but we are doing it, and I appreciate all the continued support from every single one of you guys. But let's take a look at the actual size difference between this and the M42 that I have. So just for reference, the K24 sits at a more vertical tilt than the M42 does. So you can see that the M42 is at a bit more of a slant, but I'm gonna take the valve cover just to see, show you guys the difference. So very similarly to the M42, the K24 is actually going to be relatively like the same size. Again, you can see that these are very similar in actual sizing, right? And so what's nice about this is that it's going to keep the same kind of space in the engine bay. You can eliminate a lot of the clutch fan because we'll be switching to electric, as well as a lot of the coil packs and just all of this other stuff. And so we can clean up the engine bay a ton by doing this swap. So it's going to keep it as a lightweight, high revving 4-cylinder, similar to what's in it now. But just doing this swap alone, you gain 70 horsepower from it. The K24 A2s, they run about 205 horsepower, whereas this is 130. So the M42, I will be selling it. So if you guys know anybody that is in the market, please let me know in the comments down below. As well as I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What color should I paint the valve cover? I personally like the just single Honda one. I know that they have a Honda & Co. So I personally like this one, but what color should I paint it? My thoughts were painting it white because that's the Acura color, and as well as I think white in this engine bay would look very clean. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But you guys can see the camshafts and everything look really solid. So this was installed by the previous owner, and this is the 50-degree intake camshaft sprocket, I guess. So it allows 50 degrees of intake timing. Again, I need to do a little bit more research on these things, but as a whole, it is in very good condition. Again, it looks really solid, and we will be testing it as much as possible. I'm going to actually take out all the spark plugs and take a deeper dive on the actual motor. But overall, it looks very, very clean. I am super excited for it. I'm very happy about, you know, this thing. Even looking at the rear main seal, it is also very clean. So for this actual engine, what we need to do is we need to get for it to go in the car, we need to get a different oil pan. We need to get the adapter plate that matches the K24 to the ZF trans. And then once we have those two things, we will need the oil pickup tube as well as the motor mounts. And then after that, we can do the swap. I'll try to be doing these pieces in a timely manner and getting the parts as fast as possible, but I don't want this to drain my funds too much and, you know, cause too much issues with my normal life. So we are going to do this as fast and quick as possible with still being responsible. I am sourcing and looking for precision turbos and, you know, everything that I can get my hands on at the moment, and I'm trying to, you know, get some stuff secondhand so that I can maybe save a little bit of money, but also trying to get, you know, work with some of the companies and actually get sponsors out of it, because that would be awesome. I would love to promote some of these companies for you guys to use as well. As you guys can see, it gets very hot very quickly in this garage, but I'm trying to keep the fan noise down so I don't have that running. But I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Again, I found the engine, so that is very good. We are one step closer to actually swapping this bad boy. And again, it's going to be a couple months process, but I hope you guys are excited and stick around for more. Again, we're just gonna power through this thing and get the E30 into a much better power zone. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And until next time, my name is Ryan. This is Project Racecar. Have an amazing day. Peace.